Joined here by Calvin head men's basketball coach Bill Sall, and it was just about a half hour ago you find out that you had received a bid to the NCAA tournament. Just your thoughts in general on the excitement of this.
Oh, super excited. I mean, I think all of our guys, you don't know where you're going to fit in the bubble, or you're going to be below the bubble, you're going to be the last four in. I think all of us spent a lot of time here speculating. So to see Calvin back on the board and making the tournament, man, it's really rewarding and satisfying after what's been a really good year.
First time since 2017 for Calvin, and your first time as head men's basketball coach at Calvin. Just your thoughts on doing it at your alma mater. I know you've been in the NCAA tournament both as a player here at Calvin and as a coach at the Division II level at Ferris State. How is this a little different for you?
You know, coming back and it just floods back a lot of memories, right? The memories of as a player and playing and having the opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament, and now having the chance to represent Calvin in this field of 64 is really special. And looking forward now to getting to the fun stuff, right? Actually preparing for what will be a really tough opponent in the first round.
Yeah, do you know much about St. John's of Minnesota? I mean, I guess the one thing we do know is they did play Hope from our league and had a very tough game. It's probably the one common opponent that you can look at, but other than that, probably don't know a ton about them, do you?
Don't know much about them. That's the beautiful thing about Synergy, though, is we'll be right into the film and trying to figure that out. But obviously, a lot of tradition, a program that's been really good for a lot of years. And that's the thing, once you get here, all the teams are good. So
yeah.
We're just looking forward to that opportunity to actually go out there and represent Calvin and our basketball program.
Just a couple other things. Obviously, the whole program shares in this, but you've got some seniors on this team, guys that are in their fifth year, getting that extra COVID year and all that kind of thing. It's got to be really special for them. They wanted to come back, they wanted to play, and to get a chance to play in the national tournament, it's got to be pretty sweet for them, don't you think?
It is. If you look, especially our fifth year grad students, all of them came back with the intent that they wanted to get this accomplished. Through a course of a season, so many things go on, and tough losses, great wins, but the pinnacle is to get to this, and I certainly feel great for them because this has kind of been their journey, and it's exciting now to actually see that fulfilled as we go through it.
The other thing, and we were talking about earlier in the day, but you guys played a really tough schedule this year, a lot of tough opponents. I think there's like 5 or 6 opponents that you played this year that are in this NCAA tournament field. And you won some, lost some. How, playing this type of schedule, how did that prepare you to get to this point? And, just talk about that process of putting that whole schedule together and the opponents that you had this year.
Well, I felt that we were going to have a good team, so we really wanted to have a schedule that reflected that. And, man, it really helps you prepare not only for your conference season, but in that beginning where you're playing some really tough opponents and really figuring out what makes you tick, I think really heeds itself to now conference play. And now looking back again, some tough losses, but I think some really good wins. I think that Elmhurst win certainly helped us over the course of the year. But we also had some wins and some teams that really, as the year went along, continued to improve. So I think that preseason schedule really helped us and catapulted us not only into the conference season, but right now where we stand.
One final thing, I know there's a number of Calvin alum out there in the great state of Wisconsin, along with alum from around here and elsewhere that I'm sure would love to go out there and support on the Knights. Wisconsin, Platteville, kind of in the middle of the state, a little bit more south central if I remember correctly. We'd love to have them out there, wouldn't we?
Absolutely, and I think that's the one great thing about Calvin is Calvin travels so well, especially for these. I remember as a player, down at Wittenberg, and it felt like we had an advantage with the fans there. So we really need the alums, ex-Calvin basketball players, anybody that has a love of Calvin basketball to get down there to Platteville and cheer us on. We would really appreciate it all.
Absolutely. Well, congrats, Coach, for getting the NCAA tournament. Really proud of you. And hey, not done yet.
That's right. Go Knights.